Second.
Her laptop's not set up at home yet. She's going on call. She's like, I'm so stressed. I have so much to do.
Okay, we're all set.
Madam Chair.
Oh, sorry. Are we live?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay, we are going to call the EDC meeting to order. Maria?
Sherry Boye.
Yes.
James Ellis is absent. Stephen Ehrman.
Here.
Madeline Fleury. Here. Archie McKee is absent. Daniel Mills.
Here.
Nate Manette.
Here.
Also present, Jeremy Evans, Maria Bourgeois, Paul Ellis.
Everyone, thank you, Maria. The agenda, we need, everything looks good. We need a motion to accept.
Steve moves.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting minutes, previous meeting minutes from October 19th. We need a motion to accept. This is EDC.
I will make the motion.
I'll second it.
Perfect. Everything looks good. All in favor? Aye.
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 Committee reports. Any committee reports? Any updates?
So for the loan committee, we had a conference call last week along with Paul, and we discussed a couple loan modifications that we have to current loans right now. We decided that we'd like to move ahead with the resolutions that are provided today, and if there's any more detail on these situations, Paul and Jeremy have met with both the owners and have a very good idea on what's going on.
So when we get to the resolution, any you
Yep.
want to add?
Anyway, yep.
Good. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other updates?
It's the same as the last one. Governance Committee is going to meet probably next week to go over the employee review process that we're revising.
Okay. Alrighty. Treasurer's report.
The treasurer's report for the EDC, some of the entries, I don't know if you recall last meeting, that we posted from the auditor kind of threw some of the balances off, and not quite sure how they're accounting when they do their entries. Sometimes it doesn't align with our stuff. It was part of the conversation I had with the auditor last week. And also what came out of the meeting with the auditor last week is there's some residual entries from years ago that she's basically just said, go ahead and post them, do the best to reverse them or clean them up. And usually what they do before they start their work for 2023 is they look at our beginning balances, they compare them to their beginning balances for our records, and they do a single journal entry to bring everything up to, so we're starting off 2023 the same way. So basically there's going to be some odd balances in the EDC financials, which are just going to get cleaned up between now and the end of the audit process. And that's about it.
Okay. If no one has any questions, we need a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm just going to make one other comment. I'm trying to do the best job I can with the budget to actual page. There's a lot of columns on there. I can move to bigger sheets of paper. It just might be a little bit more. You have to do some moving around on your computer screen, but I'll try to make that bigger because it's getting pretty small now.
Thank you.
Yep.
CEO report. Jeremy?
Nothing to add for EDC.
Thank you. Any old business? New business. We have some resolutions. So I will need a motion for 2023-29, approve grant payment to Franklin County IDA.
Steve moves. Seems very routine.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
The one thing I'd like to mention is, this is, used to get left to the end of the year. Sometimes it get forgotten. And then when you're trying to do year-end journal entries, it ends up causing a little bit of a hiccup. And I just feel like if the EDC is supposed to be reimbursing the IDA, it should be done periodically throughout the year. If not quarterly, at least semi-annually. We did one in August. I was meant to do it in June, but I'm going to at least do it twice a year and whatever we budget.
And it's typically the 75.
No, 50.
Oh.
We didn't do 75 this year. It's always been 50. Well, at least since I've been around and from what I could see. I had budgeted 75, but given we lost the county contract, I was trying to help the bottom line by not aggravating the expenses in the EDC. So this, instead of spending 75, we spend 50, so it helps alleviate some of that burden from losing the county contract.
Okay. All right. Maria?
Okay, 2023-29, EDC grant payment to IDA. Sherry Boye.
Yes.
James Ellis is absent. Stephen Ehrman.
Yes.
Madeline Fleury.
Yes.
Archie McKee is absent. Daniel Mills.
Yes.
Nate Manette.
Yes.
Duly adopted.
Thank you. Resolution 2023-30, Pendragon, am I saying that right?
Pendragon.
Pendragon, grant administration, services to Pendragon Theater. Jeremy, did you want to discuss it a little?
Sure. Do you want a motion first?
Oh, yes, sorry, I do that. Yeah, go ahead, somebody.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
Steve
second.
seconds.
Pendragon.
Okay.
Pendragon.
I love this.
So Pendragon Theater is planning to move from their current space to a old AMP building in downtown Saranac Lake. They've received several state grants that we're familiar with all of them, and they've asked if we would be able to help them manage all those grants because they don't have the staff or the experience to do so. And since our staff answer was yes, but you have to pay for it. Not unlike we did with the Civic Center, which, finished last year. So the proposal is for us to provide grant administration services to Pendragon Theater through the end of, I think it was the end of next year. And then we could reevaluate, well, both parties could reevaluate where we're at. And it's just to really help them understand what can be reimbursed from each different program, make sure they're not duplicating the reimbursement expenses, help them with their communications with the different granting agencies, and just kind of help keep track of everything. It'd be more extensive than what we did with the Civic Center, but it's the same concept. And we felt that this was an appropriate way to earn some revenue doing something that we know how to do. And it also helps achieve one of our goals, which is to promote downtown revitalization.
Good.
The contract states through October 31st, 2025, just so you know.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
So is this something that would be Rachel's responsibility, or is this?
Largely, yes.
Yeah.
Not entirely, but yes.
Okay. Any no other questions? Maria?
Okay, 2023-30, Pendragon Grant Administration. Sherry Boye.
Yes.
James Ellis is absent. Stephen Ehrman.
Yes.
Madeline Fleury.
Yes.
Archie McKee is absent. Daniel Mills.
Yes.
Nate Manette.
Yes.
Duly adopted.
Okay. I need a motion for resolution 2023-31. Approve loan modification for Happy Camping RV.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion or questions on it?
I can give you a brief, I gotta be cautious what I say, but we were approached by Happy Camping almost simultaneously when Jeremy and I were reaching out to them. They were very responsive. There's been some family matters that have affected, what's going on at the business. So the father, the owner, has had to take over custody of his children. And so he's been a little bit tied up with that, and he's trying to regroup and get some things back on track. So he wanted to see what we could do. We do basically, as a kind of a standard practice now and going forward, is even though somebody might request a greater length of time for a deferment on a loan, we only do 3-month deferments at a time. If they need something after that 3 months, we're going to take a harder look at their financials and find out, if there's a bigger problem that isn't, immediately coming to light. But on this is his first request, and Jeremy and I both met with him at his place of business, and we feel confident that he just needs a little bit of time to regroup. This would be principal only deferment. He still has to make his interest payments, but he has the flexibility of making the interest payments in 1 month or at the end of the 3 months, just to give him that flexibility. I feel like, they're kind of on the hook in that if they do want to come back for another deferment, they're not going to get it if they can't keep up with the interest payments. So I feel pretty confident that this is worthwhile to go ahead and give them the deferment.
Good.
Alrighty. Go ahead.
Okay, resolution 2023-31, Lower Mod Happy Camping RV, Sherry Boye.
Yes.
James Ellis is absent. Stephen Ehrman.
Yes.
Madeline Fleury.
Yes.
Archie McKee is absent. Daniel Mills.
Yes.
Nate Manette.
Yes.
Duly adopted.
Okay. I need a motion for resolution 2023-32. Approved modification deferment for KKR Amatos, 2 loans.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
I'll second.
No, Madeline already did. But
Okay.
Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
I should say it loud.
So with this particular one, it's a restaurant in Tupper Lake. It's one of the more popular places, nicer places in Tupper, among a few. So I don't want to single them out. Open mouth sentence or obviously we're entering into the winter season. That comes with some challenges, and part of it is what's different this year versus last year, and the owner of the business tried to do something with entertainment this past year. It was his first year giving it a go. Unfortunately, some of the sponsors who said they would be stepping up to the plate didn't, and he ended up footing a larger portion of the cost than what he thought. In addition, some other cost increases and some different things happened, and so he's asking for a deferment. He has 2 loans with us, and he's asking a deferment on both, same terms and conditions as I mentioned on the previous one. I've worked in the restaurant industry in the past, and I feel confident in what he says and his planning, and the fact that he's being very proactive on his planning for the winter season and getting through to next year. He did want a 7-month. I explained to him the 3-month. He completely understood. What he was trying to do is get through to when he has to start buying his inventory up for the summer and gearing up for that. I had a more detailed list of questions that I went through with him, talked about vendors, and any problems with past due, payroll or sales tax, no issues whatsoever. Cooperated completely, put us in touch with his accountant, provided tax returns. And so he seems like he's pretty much on top of his business. So again, I feel it's, warranted in this particular situation to go ahead and grant the deferment
And
request.
he stays open in the winter or no?
He does,
He does.
abbreviated schedule.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
2023-32 loan mod for KKR Armato, 2 loans. Sherry Boye.
Yes.
James Ellis is absent. Stephen Erman.
Yes.
Madeline Fleury.
Yes.
Archie McKee is absent. Daniel Mills.
Yes.
Nate Manette.
Yes.
Duly adopted.
Thank you. Executive session is next. Jeremy, we are going into executive session for,
I don't think we have time.
okay. All right,
There's no decisions to be made, so it's okay.
okay. So then I just need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I'll second it. There we go.
Good.
We're all set. Well, thank you very much, everyone.
Yes, yes.